Cool. All right. I'm Jesse, alcoholic. We want to welcome you to Newcomer Slipper Step Workshop. If you are new to AA or coming back, then this meeting is for you. This group is exactly what the name says, a workshop. We read 5 AA books, work the steps, sponsor you, give writing and reading assignments. We will teach you an AA program. We move right along here and people get well here. Newcomer Slipper Step Workshop is a step workshop. Unlike most AA meetings, it is not a speaker's meeting nor a discussion meeting. It is more like an AA class, AA 101. You want to have the attitude of learning, do the assigned reading and writing on the steps. We will take you through the steps in AA books in short order. So if you are looking for guidance and direction in an AA program, then this meeting is for you. Security for Newcomer Slipper Step Workshop. We use the waiting room. When you come in, we ask for your first name, last initial, country or city, and how long you've been sober. We have chat turned off. You can chat with the host or the co-hosts. Unmute is turned off. Cameras and pictures are turned off at the beginning of each meeting. We turn them on later. We don't exchange phone numbers. You can get the number of the host for text and support. Here is our email for meeting confirmation: stepworkshop1@gmail.com. This is good for school, class, work, probation, court orders, etc. And below is a link to the meeting. We do all of the above for safety reasons since everyone is new here and we want to protect you. Zoom bombers try to get in and the above eliminates them. You will notice that this is a step workshop and not a speakers or discussions meeting. It is like a class, AA 101, AA University. It is a very unique meeting since we use the same principles AA used between 1932 and 1939. Everybody works in the group and moves through the 12 steps to live our lives free from alcohol and learn a new way of living. We're glad you can make it. Announcements. AA in this meeting is supported by our own contributions to Seventh Traditions. You can make donations to @Jann-Scott in Venmo. Contributions go to pay for Zoom, and we make monthly donations to Boulder 1 AA and Boulder County AA. We spend about $250 a month. This group meets daily with the following formats: Monday, step meeting, 12 and 12, Meme Monday. Tuesday, we read the big book, T-shirt Tuesday, AA inspired preferred. Wednesday is As Bill Sees It, Sunglass Wednesday. Thursday is beginner topics, steps 1, 2, or 3, or any beginner related topic, Dog Thursday. Friday is open, the chair picks the topic, and it's Cat Friday. Saturday, we read through Living Sober, virtual background day. Sunday is daily reflections, Fashion Sunday. Please join me in the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. AA Preamble. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of people who share their experience, strength, and hope with each other that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organization, or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And below we have a link to our newcomers packet. Newcomers, come to our meeting for 5 days and see how you like it. We'll put you to work. Please introduce yourself as an alcoholic when speaking. Back over to you, Jann, in the studio.
All right, thank you, Jesse. Jesse's recording this from his basement. So anyways, hi everybody, Jann, alcoholic. And a couple things, this meeting's being recorded, just the audio part. And we put it on our YouTube channel as a podcast, and then people go to it and use the instructions on the various steps. So that's why it's there. Just the audio. Nobody knows you're here. They can't see you. They can't see this. They can't see me. And today, Wednesday? So today is, what's today, Lance? Today's Wednesday. What do we do on Wednesdays?
We read As Bill Sees It.
We
and
do
it's Sunglass Wednesday.
It's Sunglass Wednesday. So do you have your sunglasses? If to put your, so you know what Friday is?
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah, there's Thursday, and then Friday is like 2 days from now. We have Cat Friday. For those of you who are obsessed with your cat, you just bring them on Friday. So a lot of people go to AA meetings and they go in there they think it's therapy, and they go in there to complain about their cat. So we reserve that for Friday. So today, later, we're going to do the second half of the first step. So this will be a fun assignment for everybody who's here. And then in a bit, we're going to introduce everybody. We're going to go through the meeting and figure out who's who the Zoom bombers are, so we can get rid of them. Who you are, especially if you're new. We get a lot of new people in here every day. We get about 5 to 10 brand new people here every day, 100 new people a week. We've had over 30,000 people come to this meeting. Check this out, since it started 4.5 years ago. All of the people that come here are either new or coming back. So that's why we just started a workshop, newcomer slipper step workshop. And what we do here is we take you through the entire AA program in about a month and a half. And what is AA? AA is a process of how to live your life without drinking. It's a 12-step process, how to live your life without drinking. So we follow the model that they used back in the 1930s, 1932, when Prohibition ended in the United States and America got back to drinking, and AA was formed. And between 1932 and 1939, the first 100 members of AA all got sober, and they stayed sober. And the reason they stayed sober is because they worked this 12-step process in a group, just like this. And 80% of them stayed sober their entire lives. Actually, 100%. They all eventually got sober. Today, AA's Alcoholics Anonymous last census shows that only 10% of us get sober and stay sober. Why is that? Because we go to AA meetings and we talk about our cat, or we go to AA meetings, we complain about our husband, or we complain about our relationship, or we complain about our wives, our kids, or whatever, but we don't do the 12-step process. So here we just do the basic 12-step process, and it's actually pretty cool. You're going to love it, or you're not. We have plenty of people that go, I've just about had enough of this 12-step. I don't think so. And oh, look at that. Lance has got his sunglasses. Do you have sunglasses, Jesse? Yeah, yeah.
I can get some cool ones like him, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Really? Because he's like a gangster. It's like, okay. Where was I? Oh, talking about this meeting. So, anyways, you're in the right place here. So the first thing we're going to do is go around the room right now, figure out who's who, who's new, and just to try to help you out a little bit here. So over to let's see. We'll start with hey Heather, welcome back. Glad you're here. Michelle, hey Michelle in Seattle. Hi, you're here for the AA meeting, are you?
Yes.
And good. How long have you been sober?
Day one.
Day one.
Okay.
Okay. Glad you're here. Welcome aboard. This meeting's for you. Let's go to, let's see, Cassie. Hi, Cassie. How are you? I think, Cassie, did I make you a co-host? I did. Yeah. Okay. The other person, hi. The other person is, let's see, sorry about this. Just going around the room. Juliana. Hey, Juliana, how are you? Are you here for the AA meeting? And how long have you been sober? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm calling from California. I am here for the AA meeting, and I also am in day one.
You're in day one. Well,
Okay.
welcome. Have you been to AA before?
Yeah. I spent 6 years in the program, and then I went out for 12, just didn't make it back in, and now here I am at the jumping off place.
Yeah, well, this is Newcomer Slipper Step Workshop. This is the perfect meeting for you.
It sounds like it. Yeah.
Come for 5 days, okay? And then like that would be let's see, what is today? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then try not to drink, try to stay alive if you can, and we'll see if we can help you. We definitely can help you. Heather she's in Idaho. Hey, hey Heather, hi, how are you? You're back again. So how
Yeah.
many days, how long have you been sober?
27 days.
27. Okay, way to go. Glad you're here. Let me see here. Sam, Rebecca, 33 days. Glad you're here, Rebecca. Stacy, 8 months. Glad you're back. Debbie, she comes here regularly. Glad you're here. Mel, you can change your name, but I'll do it for you. So you are in, she's in Manchester, United Kingdom. And how
Yes.
many days sober are you?
16.
16 days. Glad you're here. Zoom user. Hey, Zoom user. Are you here for the AA meeting? Where are you calling from? How long have you been sober? Jan to Zoom user. That's an unusual name. We have a lot of people.
Yeah.
Good. Luke, we'll just forget about that. You're breaking up. No, I don't think you are. Your audio is breaking up, so we'll just leave you alone. Let's go to Francisco. Hey, Francisco, how are you? Are you here for the AA meeting, and where are you calling from today?
Hi, yes, I'm Francisco. I'm an alcoholic. I'm here for the AA meeting. I am calling from Miami, Florida, and I have over 6.5 years sobriety, but it took me 18 to get sick. So I've been sleeping for a long time, and now hopefully I can be of some help to somebody else.
All right. Well, glad you're here, Francisco. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
How long to say? Okay, glad you're here. Julie, what does Julie say? Julie says, working on day one. And hey, Julie, where are you calling from today?
Calling from Redwood City, California.
You're in California. Okay, glad you're here, working on day one. Good. Okay, over to ML. Hi, ML, how are you? Are you here for the AA meeting? Let's keep your eye on this, please. ML, are you here for AA? And where are you calling from? How long have you been sober?
I'm calling from Boulder, Colorado, and I've been sober 6 days, even though I haven't drunken for 13 years.
How's that?
How is that? My daughter said I had to start at square one because I need to do it according to Hoyle. 90 days, get a sponsor, work the steps. So
you haven't had a drink in how many years?
In 13 years, it'll be 14 January 1st.
Okay, and you haven't had any drugs either, like pot, heroin, anything like that?
No.
Okay, then so you said 16 years?
No, 13.
13, yeah. Well, in this meeting, you have 13 years. We don't care what your daughter says. But I'm glad you're here. You are in the right place. Welcome to Newcomer Slipper Step Workshop. We'll help you through the steps and help you get your life straightened out. It's all about getting sober and staying sober. And you've done that for 13 years. So welcome aboard. Hi, Lori. Hey, Lori. Are you here for the AA meeting, and how long have you been sober?
Yes, I'm Lori, alcoholic from Alberta. I've got 16 years sober.
Well, you've been to this meeting before, right? Huh?
Yeah, this is day 5.
Day 5 at this meeting. That's right.
Yeah.
And you're in Canada. How do you pronounce it?
Canada.
Do you have the same problem there? I'm trying to see. Even Sean put it up there. Canada. Okay, I have a hard time.
Canada. It's Canada.
Yeah, Canada. Yeah. Okay. look at Jesse's sunglasses.
Wow.
Okay, Cassie has them on too. This is a very crazy group. Yep. iPhone, Molly. Overly. Hey, Molly, where are you calling from? How long have you been sober? And Jan to Molly. Hello, Molly. You're there? MIG. Who the fuck's MIG? MIG is from Houston, Texas.
Hey, do you hear
Hi,
me
Molly.
now?
Yeah.
Hi.
How long are you sober, and where are you calling from?
I am calling from Colorado.
Okay. Are you working on day one?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Glad you're here. welcome to Newcomer Slippers Step Workshop. You're definitely in the right place. Here's Jeff and hey Jeff, how are you? Harry Berto in LA. How long you been sober, Jeff?
66 days.
66. Okay, glad you are here. Welcome aboard. Julie, Wendy. Okay, why can't I use my video? Well, you can't use your video because we have it all turned off. And we have the audio is everything's turned off because we get Zoom bombers in here and they are problematic. So we try to get rid of them all. So that's one of the reasons. Zoom bombers are people that come in, try to blow meetings up. So today we are going to read from, let's see, hang on here. We're going to read from As Bill Sees It, right? And where did we leave off, guys?
We left off page 135, story number 168.
Okay, who has the actual book As Bill Sees It? And if you could put links up to it, please. I'm turning on your video now. You guys can turn your video on. And you want to start reading, Preston? Do you have it there in front of you? You want to read the first one?
Crap. Hold on. Let me open it. Damn it. Hold on. It's going to take me a minute.
Anybody have the book there in front of them?
Hold on. No, I got it. Hold on. Page 135, story 168. Okay. Accepting, I'm Preston, I'm an alcoholic. 168, accepting God's gifts. It says, though many theologians hold the sudden spiritual experiences amount to a special distinction, if not a divine appointment of some sort, I question this view. Every human being, no matter what his attributes for good or evil, is a part of the divine spiritual economy. Therefore, each of us has his place, and I cannot see that God intends to exalt one over another. So it is necessary for all of us to accept whatever positive gifts we receive with a deep humility, always bearing in mind that our negative attitudes were first necessary as a means of reducing us to such a state that we would be ready for a gift of the positive ones via the conversion experience. Your own alcoholism and the immense deflation that finally resulted are indeed the foundation upon which your spiritual experiences rests. And that's a letter from 1964.
I have a question for you guys. Who has the book? Do you have the book, Sean? Okay, look, talk to me for a minute. If you go back inside the book, in the back in the index or in the back part, and if you look up, is there a list of readings on unmanageability? Because we're going to cover that in the first step today. So is there unmanageable? Is there a section? Okay. Leslie, you can look too,
yeah. Grouping God. There's quite a few here.
It's alphabetical in the back.
Yeah, no, I don't see anything yet.
Do you, Leslie? Do you see unmanageability? Jeff, do you see unmanageability back there? No. Okay. All right.
I don't
see it.
Is there anything on the first step back there?
We got unity, but not unmanageability.
Yeah, unity, but not unmanageability, right?
Yeah. That's so weird. In our lives, that
first step, no.
Okay. What's the next reading there, Preston? What's the number?
169.
Okay, go ahead, Sean. You're up.
Okay. 169. Hi, Sean, an alcoholic. Learning never ends. My experience as an old timer has to some degree paralleled your own and that of many others. We all find that the time comes when we are not allowed to manage and conduct the functional affairs of groups, areas, or in my case, AA as a whole. In the end, we can only be worth as much as our spiritual example has justified. To that extent, We become useful symbols, and that's just about it. I have become a pupil of AA, the AA movement, rather than the teacher I once thought I was. That comes from letters 1964 and 1949.
Okay, Leslie, you want to read the next one, please?
Sure. I'm Leslie. I'm an alcoholic. In 170, whose will? We have seen AAs ask with much earnestness and faith for God's explicit guidance on matters ranging all the way from a shattering domestic or financial crisis to a minor personal fault like tardiness. A man who tries to run his life rigidly by his kind of power, by this self-serving demanding of God for replies, is a particularly disconcerting individual. To any questioning or criticism of his actions, he instantly proffers his reliance upon prayer for guidance in all matters, great and small. He may have forgotten the possibility that his own wishful thinking and the human tendency to rationalize have distorted his so-called guidance. With the best of intentions, he tends to force his will into all sorts of situations and problems, with the comfortable assurance that he is acting under God's specific direction. That's from the 12 and 12, 103 to 104.
Okay, and finally, Jeff, we'll let you read the last one. Go ahead.
What, who's,
171, dividends and mysteries. You're muted, Jeff. You're muted. You have to unmute.
okay, good. I'll be right there. Jeff Alcoholic, page 171, dividends and miseries. The AA preoccupation with sobriety is somewhat misunderstood. To some, the single virtue appears to be the sole dividend of our fellowship. We are thought to be dried up drunks who otherwise have changed little or not at all for the better. Such a surmise widely misses the truth. We know that permanent sobriety can be attained only by a most revolutionary change in the life and outlook of the individual, by a spiritual awakening that can banish the desire to drink. You are asking yourself, as all of us must, who am I? Where am I? Whence do I go? The process of enlightenment is usually slow, but in the end, our seeking always brings a finding. These great mysteries are, after all, enshrined in the complete simplicity. The willingness to grow is the essence of all spiritual development. Thank you for letting me read.
All right, you're welcome. And then, so on Wednesdays, we read As Bill Sees It. And then my suggestion to you is order this book because it's better to have the hardcover of the book. And then Lance is going to put up the place where you can get it. It could be a daily reader. So it's As Bill Sees It. Order the book. We have 5 books that we use here in this meeting. Always recommend that people order them. Okay. And have the book. So if you try to do all these books online and follow along, it doesn't work. Hey, this book probably costs what, $10 maybe. If you buy it used, maybe 5 or 6. I bought one used, like $6. And on eBay or wherever, make sure they're published by Alcoholics Anonymous. And there they all are. We use 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, the Alcoholics Anonymous book, As Bill Sees It, Living Sober, Daily Reflections. Because this is a classroom, this is a workshop, and you need the books in the classroom. Okay, so now we're going to do the second half of the first step. Yesterday we did the first half of the first step, and today we're going to go over the second half of the first step. And so Lance just put up the instructions for it in chat. So in the second half of the first step, it's that our lives had become unmanageable. Remember, the first part says We admitted we were powerless over alcohol. And then as a consequence of its use, our lives had become unmanageable. So what we want you to do, I want everybody to do it here today, type or write, okay? You're going to write about and that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this classroom writing today. Write about the unmanageability of my entire life, drunk or sober, in the following areas: money, family, wife, husband, cars, schools, kids, pets, jobs, relationships, friends, the law, and health. So you just have to start to look at the unmanageability of your life. So let's say, I don't know, wife. Okay. Unmanageability of my entire life in the area in wife. Okay, so let me look and see. How is my life unmanageable? Well, so when I would write down wife, well, depending on which one we're talking about, because we have the wife that we married, Preston, and then, all those girls that we moved in with and lived with for a year or two or whatever, those are wives too. They're the undeclared wives. Okay, so I told you don't call. Speaking of, no, just kidding. Okay, so then we'll say the wife number one. Unmanageability of my entire life. Okay, well, how can I say? I was drinking and using. She would go to bed early because we had a child, and I would be up, and then I would start drinking and using, and then when everybody got up in the morning, I would be a total mess, and it was always like, "What is wrong with you?" That was one. I mean, there could be everything else under the sun. And then we could go to another wife who was, I mean, this was a kind of a clear example. It was the life of, we're invited to go to this party, there's a barbecue, and I'd be like, I don't know, I can't go to this party. I'm an alcoholic, and I'm afraid people are going to be drinking there. And she would say to me, what is the story with you and this alcoholism? We can't even go to a party. So it was like that, I mean, I could go on. Or let's take the unmanageability of my entire life. Oh, let's take pets. So we had like 3 dogs and 2 cats. And if my wife was gone, my job was to take care of the house and, feed the animals. Well, I would be wasted. Forget about it. They wouldn't get fed, and nobody'd get fed. The house would be a disaster. And I'd have friends that come over and says, Jesus, your wife's gone for 3 days and you've trashed the place. What is wrong with you? And I'm like, exactly, what is wrong with me? So that would be another example. Friends. So my unmanageability, you guys start writing right now, each one of these categories. Okay, and then we're going to go around and have everybody share something. Let's say friends. My personality would change. So I would drink, and generally I'd be pretty good if I was drinking. And the next day, that I would be a nightmare. I would just be like, oh, stay away from him. He's a disaster. And then I was even a boss. I ran a company, and everybody knew to stay the fuck away from Jann between 8 o'clock in the morning and noon. And let's hope he got some Quaaludes or a drink inside of him to straighten him out. And if he doesn't, somebody bring him something, because that's how it was. I would have to eat 1 or 2 Valiums and crunch them down with some coffee just to be normal. So my friends would be like, we're going out. Don't tell him we're coming. We're going. It's the last person we want to come with us. I mean, that was kind of it. When I was drinking, I would be like, nobody wanted to be around me much. The law, I mean, I used to get pulled over all the time. Sometimes I'd be so drunk that the cops would prop me up in my car and say, we're going to take you over to jail so you can sleep this off. They'd forget to give me a DUI. Do you know I never got a DUI? but I got thrown in jail at least 5 times for drinking, never got a DUI. And I asked some of the cops about that later. I said, why not? They said, well, we didn't really do that back then. If they knew you and thought you were a good guy, they'd just take you, either take you home or they'd let you go sleep it off in a cell and you could leave in the morning. Not the way things are now. I know that. So what is alcoholism? And so I want everybody to write, all right? This is a participatory meeting. You have to write. You have to participate or get the hell out. That was a personality change. I know. Most of us, let's see, I read this yesterday. I'll read this one from There Is a Solution. For today while you're writing. We of Alcoholics Anonymous know thousands of men and women who were once just as hopeless as Bill. Nearly all have recovered. They have solved the drink problem. We are average Americans, all sections of this country, and many occupations are representative, as well as many political, economic, social, religious background. We are people who would not normally mix, but there exists among us a fellowship, a friendliness, and an understanding which is indescribably wonderful. I love that. I wonder if they picked that up from the Peter Paul Mounds bar. Indescribably delicious. Okay. We are like passengers on a great liner the moment after rescue from shipwreck, when camaraderie, joyousness, democracy pervade the vessel from steerage to captain's table. And that's pretty much what this is. We're like on one big happy ocean liner here today. Have you ever noticed? Okay. So everybody writing? Good. So okay, Lance, if you don't mind, I'm gonna start with you. You want to share some of your categories?
Do you want me to do all of them?
Well, do whatever you want.
Okay.
You could do a couple.
Yeah, I'll do the ones that stand out to me.
Okay.
Unmanageability of money. I compromised several jobs, cashed out my 401k to support my drug and alcohol habit. Wife, husband, or spouse resulted in possible divorce. Cars, I wrecked my car in my second DUI. Relationships and friends, a lot of people didn't want anything to do with me anymore.
Okay, that's good.
And, yeah.
Stop right there. We get it. All right, thank you. All right, Jesse, what'd you come up with? Pick a category Lance didn't pick.
Oh, that he didn't pick? Oh, well, with money, did he pick money? I don't know. With money, I've thrown away tens of thousands of dollars due to actions that, just legal trouble, really. So that's kind of money and the law. I will say, I know Lance hit on jobs, but that was a big one for me too, as I started going into work drunk sometimes. It was taking a toll because I'd be called in for meetings and I'd be, afraid that I was finally caught and that they were about to let me go. Let's see. With relationships, I was actually hiding my alcoholism from my girlfriend. And so when it came time to actually getting arrested for this second DUI and looking at jail time, that drove a huge wedge between that relationship and still something that we're kind of trying to work through today. So
all right, stop right there. Perfect. Okay, over to you, Sean. Try to pick one neither of them picked.
Okay. Well, one for me, relationships and family, same thing. It was, I lost the ability to see my grandchildren and my children for almost a year because of my drinking. The law, I got in trouble for speeding a lot. I never got a DUI, luckily, but I got lots of speeding tickets. Jobs, it affected my job. I was drunk on the job for years, for the last 5 years, every day. School, I didn't do as well in school as I could have. I was just started drinking then, well before school, college, I mean. And my health, I've had a heart attack and a TIA stroke. Yeah.
Perfect. Let's go to Preston. You're up next.
All right. Preston, alcoholic. I don't know, I'll just do like two.
Okay.
The law, I guess I've been in and out of trouble with the law since I was 13, getting arrested a dozen times. I've showed disrespect to law enforcement and people in general. And health, I've put my body and mind through the ringer. Lots of overdoses and, psych wards, long stays in the hospitals, a lot of scars. And I got a heart disease when I was like 19. And yeah, cars, I've wrecked three cars, all from DWIs, and those were all like gifts from my dad. So that's it for me.
All right. Yeah. Unmanageability my entire life. Drunk or sober. Hey, Heather, how about you? What did you come up with? Anything?
Yes. Under kids, I lost a lot of time with my two older daughters because I was too busy drinking and using. So I lost a lot of the younger time with them, which I'm glad to have back now. Same cars, lots of wrecked cars. Myself and
A
other
girl
people.
after my own heart. Go ahead.
So, family. My family. I used to be so close with my family, and I lost a really close relationship with my father, who's been in AA and sober for 26 years, and from a couple of my siblings, but that's slowly coming back, thank goodness. My dad's awesome. And I got divorced because of both of our alcoholism and using.
Yep. Okay, perfect. Good. Thank you. Yeah, unmanageability of our entire life. We are powerless over alcohol. Our lives become unmanageable, Jeff. We just can't manage a damn thing. Really drunk or sober? Go ahead. Over to Jeff.
Yes, Jeff, alcoholic, South Florida. Yeah, unmanageable. And I was one who really tried to manage. I've not had some of the problems that other people have mentioned here, but I was the problem. I was the walking problem. Well, first of all, unpredictable. Ever since I was 17, all my friends were alcoholics. So this means I pushed people away that could have been friends. Not say get out of here, but no, I just drifted towards the alcoholics and the losers. I always managed to stay employed or underemployed. I kept on geographics galore, and people would say, "Well, gee, if he just stayed around, we could have upped him." Well, no, you wouldn't up me; you'd have fired me. I relate, Jan, to what you're saying. I got out most of the time before you did. I just always was one step ahead. All the bills were paid. Why was I doing living? Why was I made sure all the bills were? I did not want to be without the money to buy alcohol. Alcohol was my
Isn't
love.
it amazing how alcohol makes first we become powerless over it, it takes us, and then
Yes.
everything else goes to hell.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, please.
All right.
Please.
All right. Hey, thanks. Thank you, Jeff.
Okay. Thank
Where
you.
are we here? So, okay, Bonnie, how about you? What did you come up with? Keep track of
Hi.
Preston and Lance. Go ahead.
Okay, so I wasn't able to write down answers to all the questions because I got too blabby. So I'll just I won't read it then, and I'll just go through the list.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So money, this all started because I was laid off from a job about 1.5 years ago, in like the worst job market in like the past 20 years for what I do. And there were a lot of times when I probably had a good chance at cutting through the noise and getting a new job and getting in there. And I blew it because I decided to drink right before the big day of an interview or something. And these were people that really liked me. And then, of course, there's the money that I spent on alcohol, obviously. Family, I don't even know where to start. I'll just say that for the first time in my life, my closest siblings like stopped talking to me. My aunt completely cut me off. Totally lost my husband's love and respect. My
Are you
kids,
still married?
we are still married, but you can be married without those things, it turns out.
Is it coming around? Will it come around again, do you think?
You mean drinking or the
No, him.
respect? Honestly, I don't know. I've kind of put a pin in that because I'm
Yeah.
trying to focus more on getting myself together and
Yeah.
focusing on the kids and getting their stuff together because
Yeah.
honestly, him and my mother-in-law, when they take care of them, when I'm like not able to, they're even more negligent than I am, and that should
Well,
say.
listen, here you are at this meeting every day, getting sober, staying sober, and working through this step process. Way to go. Good job. Cassie, how about you? Unmanageability. Can you talk? Or are you
I
have-
can talk. If my kids
Okay.
start screaming, I'll just stop.
Okay. Good.
All right. As far as health, drunk, I was always hungover. 2, I was always sluggish, no energy, just so depleted, bloated, ate crappy food, especially at night. And would shake if I wasn't drinking. And sober, I'm more health conscious, making good choices. No late night junk food, not sluggish in the morning, and I'm more energy. Kids, sober, I'm present, and they can count on me. Drunk, the word my teenager used was loopy. Oh, I hate that word now.
Yeah.
I'm not a role model. Wouldn't be able to drive if there was ever an emergency. Pets, more energy with them, hikes and walks. Being sober and drunk, walk could have been very dangerous with my one dog who is not great around other animals.
All right, perfect stuff right
Okay,
there.
perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. My dog used to bite me when I was wasted. He's like, "Arr." And then when I get sober, he was like, "Oh, okay, are we but if I was drinking, he'd be like, touch me. Okay, excuse me. All right, how about you, Stacy?
For me, so money, I spent lots of money on alcohol, lots and lots of it. Even when I wasn't working, I would find a way. Family, I missed my nephew's bar mitzvah because I was in jail for DUI. That really strained a lot of relationships. Cars, I wrecked my car. I was drunk. Jobs, lost my job because I was drunk. The law, got in trouble with the law because I was drunk. And my health, my liver was in terrible condition and I had jaundice when I quit drinking. So those are just a couple of mine.
Okay, thank you. Michelle asks, what are we writing? If you look here in chat, you're writing about it's right. If you would put it up again, please, Lance. It is we're writing about the unmanageability of my entire life. Thank you. Drunk or sober in the following areas. Unmanageability of my life in the area of money, unmanageability of my life in the area of family, cars, school, kids, jobs, pets, etc. So you're writing about the unmanageable. So the first step says we admitted we were powerless over alcohol and our lives had become unmanageable. So here we're writing about the unmanageability aspect of the first step. It's amazing when we're drinking, things seem to become unmanageable. Rebecca, did I call on you? How about you?
Yeah, hi, Rebecca, alcoholic. Job, I'd be shaking in surgery. My staff would look at me and go, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" "Oh, too much coffee." Bullshit. Pets, gave trazodone to my dog during the day so I could relax and drink and it wouldn't bother me.
I'm sorry, that's not funny. I take trazodone right now.
Right. It's a great thing. All right. Money as well as health. Uber Eats made a fortune on me. Everything got ordered in, eating crappy food with health and money. You can Uber Eats alcohol. So that went a lot. Life, we're not free to go anywhere. Kind of locked inside because we were drunk or I was drunk. School, I failed 2 rotations. Family, I withdrew from them, or I would want to leave early to go home and relax and, well, not say relax, let's go home and drink.
Yep, it takes us right out of life, doesn't it? Where
Absolutely.
for sober, we're fully engaged. Drinking, we are not. We are this. Okay, over to you, Lori. How about you?
Hi, Lori, alcoholic. I got off really easy in most of these departments. I didn't start drinking till I was 46 and I was retired, and my husband had died, so I didn't have to worry about him, and I had no pets, and my friends were all drunk, so that didn't matter. I didn't lose them. But what
All
did
right, we don't want to hear about the ones that don't apply. We want to hear about the ones that do apply in unmanageability.
the one that applies is I didn't want to go anywhere or do anything where I couldn't drink. So I was stuck.
That's a big one. That's like everything.
That's right. It was just, I was just disgusted with myself.
Yeah, I know. Okay, good job, Lori. Who did I not get to here, Lance or Preston? Did I talk to Michelle in Seattle? No, I don't think so. Did I talk to you, Michelle? How are you doing? You're working on day 1. Did you come up with anything or not? Nope, you have to unmute.
I'm still writing.
Okay,
I
well,
started late.
share one. Oh, okay, I'll get
Okay.
back. Okay, go ahead.
Family, I can't see my son or granddaughter. I just recently wrecked my car, spent my savings. That's all I got right now.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's big right there. Excellent. Good job. Keep writing. Don't stop. Francisco in Miami. How about you?
Yes, I'll mention my health because of my alcohol and other substances. Early in life, I developed type 2 diabetes. I have to live with that. And friends, I used to make plans with friends and simply stand them up without a call, without an excuse or any regard. And money, I owed thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. So I'll keep it simple like that.
There you go. Yep, that's pretty simple and pretty devastating. We drink, and then the drink takes us and destroys everything around us. Sam, how about you? Unmanageability of my entire life in these following
Hey, Jan.
areas.
So yeah, I'll try to pick on some that haven't been talked to too much, hopefully. So, when it comes to my spouse, my wife, I started hiding my drinking from her. I mean, it's not that hard to, I guess, find out that somebody's drinking when their behavior changes, their voice changes, their mannerisms are different.
Go to
Yeah,
another one.
so it led to a lot of arguments, heated words exchanged between us, me getting kicked out of the house, shame, having to come
Go to the
back.
next category. How about cars?
Cars. All right. No accidents, but I have skipped on paying my car bill a few times to fund my drinking.
How about school?
Freshman year when I first started drinking heavily because I pledged a fraternity. I did really bad my second semester, and I had to go on academic probation because I failed a couple of classes.
Were you drinking then?
Oh, I was drinking heavily. Yes. It was
All right, good. Enough. Say no more. Let's see. Did we talk to Heather in Idaho?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. We talked to Cassie. We talked to Bonnie. With Terry Berto, how about you? What did you come up with?
Jobs. I've never really made a lot of money, but I've always had 2 jobs, and I tried to save enough just to get by. And health, I found out I had a fatty liver when I went to the hospital for my drinking, and I had a little bit of liver damage. And then I have no children. DUIs, I've never gotten a DUI. I got lucky, but I've gotten pulled over a lot. And yeah, let's see. Relationships or friends, I've always helped them out with everything I could, but it seems like they always took advantage of me. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
That's about it.
All right, that's perfect. I like it. Good job there. Who did I talked to Stacy, right? Did I talk to let's see, did I talk to Debbie in Oregon? Not yet, right?
No.
Okay. Hey Debbie, how about you?
Oh boy. Regarding like family, I have a small family, and all the relationships between my parents and my sister is really strained,
Yeah.
and that's starting to get better. I'd hide my drinking from my husband to where I would finally admit it, and that, that broke down a lot of trust that he had for me.
Anything with the law?
No, amazing.
How about jobs?
Yeah, I mean, I would go into work hungover, and it was terrible, working a 24-hour shift and trying to get over a hangover and get my shit together for the shift.
All right, perfect. Stop right there. Good job. Leslie, how about you?
I with money, I spent, a ton of money on alcohol, but I also spent a lot of money on rehabs. Before they were covered by insurance, I paid cash for all of those. That was
How many did you go
expensive.
to?
3,
Oh wow.
and it was a lot of money. I could have bought a couple of cars for that.
Could have
Cars,
bought a couple of rehabs.
I never did the maintenance on them. If the light came on and said the tire pressure was bad, I just got rid of the car and got another one because I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, that's the spirit. I used to drive junkers, and then when they broke, I just park them on the side of the street.
And walk away. Yeah, because I don't want to deal with the maintenance. That's me all over. And the big one with the job is that I could retire now, but I'm scared to because I'm afraid I'll just drink myself to death. So I'm kind of captive by this disease. And
you're here every day.
Yeah. I want to
Yep,
get this down before I make any change because I'm afraid.
Yeah. Good job. Glad you're here 100%. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sean, I had a 67 Camaro I picked up and I drove it into the ground and it was an SS Camaro, and then I just left it parked on the road. The motor went one day and that was the end of that. I had a history of that. And people would be, what is wrong with him? Well, I was drunk. And I just say, oh, the hell with it. Who did I miss?
Mel. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Okay, unmute Mel. Mel, go ahead. Can you unmute her? Is she unmuted? Mel. Where is she? I don't see her.
Hi, I'm Mel. I'm an alcoholic. Start with kids. I've killed 2 of my children through negligence because I wouldn't stop drinking and taking drugs while I was pregnant. So I miscarried. I missed out on a massive scholarship because I wouldn't stop drinking and smoking crack. Destroyed relationships with my family, money. I owe thousands of, and I've left a couple of cars on the side of the road just because fuck it. The law never, the law
So
never,
bad, yeah.
never gotten in trouble with the law, but I did destroy my relationship with my husband because I had an affair with somebody who owned a pub, and simply because I could get free booze.
Of course.
So
yeah, okay, that's perfect unmanageability right there. 16 days sober. Glad you're here, 100%. Good job. Did we call on Julie in California? Not yet. Hey, Julie, how about you? Did you come up with anything?
Yeah, I just wrote down a couple of things. For friends, I would always flake out and lie, disappear, undependable. Sick, my health, I get sick, can't work out, have anxiety, isolation, jobs, calling in sick, relationships, hiding relapses. So those are the majority of the things that I write down.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Keep coming. Come for 5 days. We'll put you to work. See, we put you to work today. This is it. We're working the program, you guys, everybody. Working the program, trying to get well, quit drinking. Did I call on Juliana? I didn't, did I? No. Okay, Juliana, how about you? What'd you come up with?
Hi, Juliana. I'm an alcoholic. The big one on my mind right now and heart is I get blackout and say evil things to my husband, who I adore. Um, my daughter has seen me just so sloppy, and I've lost years of my life just being present with her, and she had to take care of me. My health, I haven't visited a doctor, but I'm like swollen, and I just know it's taken a toll on my health and my appearance. So those are the big ones for me right now.
Yeah, it's really a devastating illness, but the thing of it is, Juliana, if you quit drinking, you will get better. And you come to this meeting every day for 2 weeks and don't drink, I guarantee you, your life will turn right around 180 degrees. And have you been to AA before?
I have, yeah. Yeah, I got sober and I'm really angry with myself that I just got resentful and I don't know, I just arrogant and I left for 12 years and now here I am.
Well, come here for 5 days and see how you like it. And then this is the meeting for you because this is Newcomers Slippers Step Workshop. So this is the meeting designed perfectly for you. Who else did I miss here?
Actually, I sent you a list, Jan, of
Don't
who's
forget the list. Who?
All right. Amanda, Don, ML, Robert, and Tony.
Don. Let's go to Don. Hey, Don, what'd you come up with?
Evening, everybody. Don, alcoholic. Oh, wow, blacking out and not knowing where I'm coming to, whether it was in a different city, a different state, or a different country. Those have all happened. Wives, jobs, and cars. I've had way too many of all of them. Relationships and friends and kids. I've alienated them all. I've got one son that still won't talk to me 16 years later. School blew out major scholarships, like somebody said, because I could not drink and use other things during recruitment parties. And I would also drop out before the academics got too bad. I've got lists and lists and lists of W's withdrawals. So, I mean, and the law, never had a DUI, but I've blown anywhere from 2-1 through 2-3-7, and I've also been charged with sundry other things. I'm like a Yahtzee game.
Yeah.
Put me in a cup, shake me up, roll me out. See what you get.
You know, for me anyways, Don, I don't know about you, but when I stopped drinking, I stopped having those kind of encounters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It just
I
sort of
do.
came to an end. That's the miracle of quitting drinking.
Absolutely.
And working this program. Okay, thank you. Let's see who else we got. Tony. You unmute Tony, please. Hey, Tony, so what did you come up with? Is he here?
I think he's working at work, it says.
Oh, he's at work. Okay, we'll leave him alone. And I think that's it. Robert, I don't know. Robert is like, we'll talk to Robert after the meeting. We had a couple people here that are just not engaged today.
And did we hit ML from ML from Boulder?
Okay, ML, hi. 13 years. What'd you come up with?
Okay. Well, I got 3 DUIs. I spent a year in jail. My 3 children aren't that crazy about me. One of them's so uncrazy about me. I haven't seen my under 3-year-old 2 grandchildren, but maybe 3 times in the entire year. And they just live next door in Denver. I'm up in Boulder. And
okay, listen, perfect. Keep coming to this meeting and we'll help you out. You work through the 12-step process with us. So Lance, over to you if you want to read the promises.
All right, these are the promises. If we are painstaking about this phase of our development, we will be amazed before we are halfway through. We are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. We will comprehend the word serenity and we will know peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook on life will change. Fear of people and economic insecurity will leave us. We will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. We suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Are these extravagant promises? We think not. They are being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize if we work for them.
Hey, thank you. So that's what you get if you keep coming here, right? So I realize we just talked about the second half of the first step. It's pretty devastating. Everything we talked about was like, Jesus. But then what Lance just read, once you get up through the ninth step and complete it, things start to turn around. And then there's this part here at the end of page 164. And it says, our book is meant to be suggestive only. We realize that we know only a little. God will constantly disclose more and more to us. So here we go. Here's the assignment. Ask him in your morning meditation what you can do each day for the alcoholic who is still sick. The answers will come. Your own house, if your own house is in order. But obviously, you cannot transmit something you haven't got. So those of you who are in the early steps, you don't have it yet, but you're going to get it here in about a month and a half. See to it that your relationship with God is right, and great events will come to pass for you and countless others. This is the great fact for us. And here it is. Abandon yourself to God as you understand him. Admit your faults to him and your fellows. Clear away the wreckage of your past. Give freely of what you find and join us. And we shall be with you in the fellowship of the Spirit. And you will surely meet some of us as you trudge the road to happy destiny. May God bless you and keep you until then. So now tomorrow, we're going to discuss and write about the second step. So make sure you're here for that. And here comes the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. This meeting is officially over. And if anybody has any questions about this meeting or AA, just raise your hand. And yep, you can ask away about AA or this meeting. How'd you like this, Jeff?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All you have to do is just show up. Do the work. We're making our way through the steps every single day. So tomorrow we're going to be on step 2, and then we're going to do 3, and then we're going to do 4. Just hang in here. We'll take you through the whole program in 12 days. 13.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What
Come
we
on back.
realize is it just rules us, alcohol. It just pushes us into and we think we're beating it, or we think we're not really dropping the ball. Oh, the revelations that come to us when we get sober, and finally say, oh my God, was I really, I was a piece of work. I was dropping the ball, we don't see it when we're drinking.
Hang on for a minute. Anybody else? Rebecca, did you have something you want to say?
Yeah, on step 4,
Yeah.
obviously our resentments seem to be the longest verbiage.
Did we give you the instructions on step 4?
Yeah. My question is, say, for example, job, employment, Can I write, do I write A, B, C, what they did at that, or just keep it really to 1 or 2 lines?
Well, if you're doing, so it starts out with in step 4, who the resentment is against, right? Then the next one is, what's the cause? The third is what it affects in me. And then the fourth is my part. And the fifth is
fears.
Your fears. Now, what you can do is you can go back into our podcast and listen to the instructions on step 4. And I'm going to ask Lance if you could, would you put a link up to we just had somebody go through that who's in this group and doing it again right now. It'll answer some questions. So go in there and read the or listen to the YouTube.
I did.
On the 4th step?
Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
okay.
So I'm pretty much done. My question is, in the resentment part, I have A, B, C, D. Just keep it to 1 line or 2 lines the most.
I don't care.
Okay. Okay.
Matter.
Thank you.
All right. So
Good
good. Well, let me know when you're done and we'll do get you lined up for a 5th step.
Awesome. Thank you.
Who else has questions? Good job, Jesse. Anybody has any audio problems with their microphones, you text Jesse. And Jesse's the sound engineer in a hip hop club.
Hey man, I'm not a miracle worker now.
Yes, you are.
All right.
Compared to anybody we have here, you are Mr. Miracle Worker.
See you tomorrow.
All right, peace out.
Good
All
night,
right.
everybody. Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye, Mel in Manchester. I love it, the fact that we have people here from England and Canada rather. Where is James? I'm gonna have to write to. Usually I wait a month and I write James a letter. James, how are you doing? What's up? Oh yeah, Jen. Hey, huh. All right. Okay. What a meeting, huh? Wasn't this a killer meeting? Huh? This freaking thing was awesome. Oh, here, we'll stop recording. I think I can do it. Let me see.
All right. Well, I gotta head off to work.